What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I really didn't want to do an introduction this way, but I'm kind of stuck with it because we want to get this video out before the beginning of archery season in Pennsylvania, and that is only on Saturday, and today it's Monday. So we are just kind of really trying to get everything ready, and stuff is not really panning out for us at this very moment. We don't have all the stands out that we want due to weather and the deer changing their patterns very late in the summer. So that made it really difficult on us as a crew, but we were doing our best to get everything set up. That is actually what this video is going to be about. So last weekend, Denton and I threw up a few stands in a place that we knew was going to be a good place to hunt, and then we went and scouted a property that we weren't familiar with to try to get Denton an opportunity at a nice buck. If you stick along with us throughout the video, you're going to see some of the deer that we have on trail camera. We're actually going to show you a couple of those right now. But everything is actually looking chaotic, but it looks like we have a chance of killing something this season, but I don't want to jinx it. So we're going to get into this video now and show you some of the crazy stuff that we have found at this new property.
So I came in here on Thursday and checked this place out, and I just put my tracker on, walked around just dropping pins, and there's a watering hole that I found. There's a creek that runs through the whole property, but there's a watering hole. It's crazy, but it's standing water. It's not stagnant or anything, but the deer absolutely destroyed it. And then just different trails. So we're gonna come in here now, set a couple cameras, and then probably in a week or two come back and start hanging stands. Let me know. Okay, so we got to the spot now where the watering hole is, and basically, as you can see, it's just a little bit of a field here, but now we're at the point where we have to go straight down over, so our moves have to be a little more careful so that we don't blow this entire place up. Coming down off the hill, and then I just zigzag back into there into that watering hole, but it's basically like this the whole way back into there, so we just have to walk through there. But as you can tell, there's tracks all through here, so it's super muddy, and you can see a lot. So that I can catch them coming down that trail, this trail, and this trail here. They all kind of meet like right in this area. So I'm thinking like that trail. There's that trail. There's this trail. Right, all that. You can obviously tell they're running in here because there's all this beaten down stuff with all the mud on it. And when I was in here the other day, you could just tell because over in there, there's basically that same stuff where it's mowed down and it's super muddy. So they're all through there, and it's just, I need to find a place to put a camera because there's all that stuff with just thick stuff and just small trees. There's no big trees number one to put a stand or to put a camera on, so I still gotta figure that out. Let's walk out this stuff a little bit more. I mean, like you said, TJ is behind the camera right now, and when after we talked up on top of that hill there, before we dropped down, and he said like he was halfway on that hill and he could smell a deer, and so he thought it was the buck. So we're still trying to be super cautious when we're in here, but I think basically we just got to get in here, get everything set, and then get out and try our best to not to disturb anything. When I walked through here, I didn't hear any deer blowing out of here, but then even today we still haven't had any deer blow out of here. But what I'm thinking is so the way this property is set up is there's a chunk of woods and fields on this side of the creek, and then there's one on the opposite side of the creek, and there's still standing corn over there. So I think once that's down, we're just gonna have to play the wind right and then get in here. And we're just checking around. As you can see, there's stuff just about this big, so there really isn't any place to hang a stand. So it's just going to be on the ground, trying our best to get after them in here. But as the muddy parts have shown, that there's deer running in all through here. So I have a camera here, and then the other camera is literally 30 yards that way. But we don't know. There's just so many trails that you almost have to have your camera so close that they're going to be running into each other. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, so we just finished up walking that property. We tried to walk places we haven't been yet, and we set 2 cameras real close to each other just because that was where we saw most of the deer movement. And then the last camera, we walked to the complete other end of it and walked in that way, and then found a spot where there was a handful of rubs, and where I found a rub that I couldn't even fit my hand around last year. So we put a camera there. So we have 3 cameras out right now. We're gonna let them sit, and then we gotta figure out where we want to put a stand if we do. But that last place is the only place that we could, just because of how big the trees are there. And other than that, it's gonna be ground hunting, because anything over 7 feet, you're gonna get skylined if they're within 20 yards of you, because there's not enough big timber where it will cover you up when you're up in the air. So you just gotta stick to the ground, and it's gotta be in tight. So we're just gonna give it some time to those cameras to soak in, and then go from there and see where we should be hunting or if we should just scrap it. So it's just gonna be a waiting game at this point.
All right, everybody, this is the part of the video that's kind of crazy. Denton went back in a week after we set the cameras exactly, and he found a ton of nice bucks on that camera, and found out that it's actually a really good place to hunt. But the crazy part is, we found somebody walking around on this property when we thought that we were the only ones that had permission to hunt on that ground. I mean, it was just kind of weird to see, and the person made it to where our trail camera never actually captured their face, but it was just a bit odd that somebody was walking around after midnight on this property when we were the only people that we know to have permission. But this isn't our ground, so it's not that big of a deal. And I don't think he messed up any of the deer hunting, because there's still a pile of deer in there that Denton is seeing, and we're hoping that Denton can put one down on the first day.